Hi everyone, welcome to you. In the last videos with respect to triangles, we have covered isosceles triangles and the proofs by which we have proved that if the two sides are equal, then the angles opposite to them are equal. Now let's try to explore in this video what happens if the sides of the triangle are not equal to each other. That's nothing but exploring about triangle inequalities. Now suppose if three angles of a triangle are not equal, or if three sides of an triangle are not equal, then how the angles are related to each other. So the theorem says that if two sides of a triangle are unequal, then the greater side has the greater angle opposite to it. Now let us try to do this. First prove, understand this by intuition, then we will do it by mathematical proof. First, to understand by intuition, let me take a simple triangle. I have drawn a simple triangle here, scalene triangle to be precise, where the sides are not equal to each other, ABC. Now observe the relation between the side BC and the angle A. If the BC is becoming, length is becoming more, let's try to expand BC. So that BC, let us say BC is expanded to, on this side from B to C dash here and B dash here, and let's try to join to form the triangle. You can see that earlier the angle was only this much, now the angle is becoming more. Similarly, if we try to reduce the length of BC, let us say from BC we have made it as B double dash and C double dash, which is less than BC. If you try to join them now, you can see very clearly there, this is the original angle, this angle is less than that. If I increase the length of BC, the angle is becoming more. This is just by sheer common sense, because we know that the angle is nothing but the rotation you have to, the side has to make to meet with the other side. So if the opposite side length is becoming more and more, the angle becomes more. Similarly, if the opposite side becomes less, then the opposite angle becomes less. That's how we can understand that by intuition. Now let's try to do that same thing with the help of a mathematical proof. Now, we have been given in this triangle that AB is greater than AC. We have to prove that since the length of AB is more, the angle opposite to that should be more than the other side. That means nothing but, let us say in this case AC, then the angle is B. So we have been given AB greater than AC. We have to prove angle C is greater than angle B, or angle ACB is greater than angle ABC. Now let's try to prove this and put it in two-column proof. Now let me start with statement and reason. Statement here, reason here. Now to start, I am stuck here because I don't know what I can do if I know AB greater than AC, because I know about isosceles triangles. So my first idea will be, can I create an isosceles triangle with the help of AB and AC? So what I want to do now, since I know AB greater than AC, I want to take A as the center and try to point AC length on here AB, and the name given to it is D. This is D. Now I want to join CD. we know now, since AC is equal to AD, I can say that this length is equal to this length. So what we have done? We have pointed out AC, the length of AC on AB, and found that the point is nothing but equal to D. We have joined D. Now we know that triangle ACD is a isosceles triangle. So we know that triangle ACD is a isosceles triangle. So the next step, once we know, we have to work with proving of angles. So we know once the sides are equal, we know very clearly immediately that this angle is nothing but equal to this angle. That means angle ACD is nothing but equal to angle ADC. This is D. So let me go ahead and write down. The first statement, what I will be writing, just you have to note down the construction what we have done. The construction what we have done is to start somewhere. What we did is we have created an isosceles triangle in this because we know about the properties of isosceles triangles. I know AB length is greater than AC, so I have taken AC length as it is and pointed it on AB, and I got the point D. I joined CD. Now triangle ACD is isosceles triangle. Now the first point I will say is, since it's an isosceles triangle, I know that ACD is equal to ADC. My first statement will be angle ACD, that is nothing but this angle, is equal to angle ADC. What is the reason for that? Reason for that is triangle ADC is isosceles with sides AD equal to AC. That is the reason. AD equal to AC. Right. Now what I have to prove? I have to prove ACB. I am there with ACD. I see that if I add ACD plus this small part, I can get ACB. So I will do that. So next step will be, I will say ACD plus angle DCB is greater than angle ADC. Because we know that both the angles are equal here, I am adding something on the left hand side, then that should be greater than the right hand side. This is something like 10 equal to 10, 10 plus 2 is greater than 10 because 12 is greater than 10. So this is works out well because we are only adding on the LHS side. Now if you look at this, ACD plus DCB is nothing but equal to angle ACB, which is greater than or equal to angle ADC. But you can write angle ADC, if you observe very clearly, you can write angle ADC as nothing but equal to sum of the remaining two interior angles, because this is the exterior angle. So I can write angle ADC as nothing but equal to, I can write it as angle BD, I can write it as angle BCD plus, that is nothing but this angle, plus I can write it as this angle, that's nothing but equal to angle CBD, or I can write it as angle DBC, angle DBC. The reason for this is exterior angle is equal to sum of two interior angles in the triangle. Which triangle it is? In triangle BDC. Okay. Now let's move ahead. The next step, if you see here, we are saying now that angle ACB on the left hand side I got it, but on the right side I want ABC, but I have BCD plus DBC. I observe that DBC is nothing but equal to ABC. So I can say that angle ACB is greater than angle BCD plus angle DBC, nothing but angle ABC. Why? Because DBC is nothing but equal to angle ABC. So suppose we are saying 12 is greater than 9 plus 3, then automatically 12 is greater than 9. So that's how you can prove that angle ACB is greater than angle ABC. Let me repeat this last step again. What we are saying here, okay, I'll just write down this. We have only subtracted from the right hand side. Right hand side is only subtracted. Similarly here, LHS is added. Let me try to explain this. That's how we do the proof. We have been given a triangle ABC and we have been given that AB is greater than AC. We have to prove that angle ACB, that is nothing but the angle opposite the side AB, should be greater than the angle opposite the side AC, that is nothing but angle ABC. So to start with, we have tried to create an isosceles triangle by putting down AC on AB, and we found the point D where AD equal to AC. Now we have joined that, we got an isosceles triangle, we have a point to start. So we know that in isosceles triangle the angles are equal. That means angle ACD is equal to angle ADC. That is my first step. Now if I look at proof, I have to prove that angle ACB, I see that if I add angle ACD, this small piece angle DCB again, I will get ACB. So I have added that on left hand side. Now here 10 equal to 10, if I add 2 only on the left side, then 12 will be greater than 10. So that's how I got angle ACB is greater than angle ADC. But angle ADC, I can write it as sum of remaining two exterior angles. That is nothing but angle BCD plus angle DBC. Now, if I am saying something like 12 is greater than 9 plus 3, 12 should be greater than 9, because if you are subtracting only from the right hand side. And you see that DBC is nothing but actually ABC. That's how we have proven that angle ACB is greater than angle ABC. Now let's try to do one simple example to understand this. Let us say that we have been given a triangle. We have been given a triangle ABC, given that this is 12, this is 10, this is 8. Now you have been asked to put in descending order the angles of the triangle. Descending order means the greatest angle should write first. Now with the theorem we understand that if the sides are of unequal length, then the angle opposite to the greater side, then the greater side has the greater angle opposite to it, right? Okay. So that means this side should have the greater angle, the first angle. So I will write angle A is greater than, next side is 10 length, opposite to 10, the angle is angle B. Then the next one is automatically angle C. So you can see that if you know the lengths of three sides, then you know the angles in the ascending order or descending order. They are exactly in the order of opposite of their sides. So if I have side BC, then the angle opposite to it is greater than remaining all. That means angle A is greater than, next is 10, 10 opposite is B, that is greater than C. In the next video, we will do some examples on this, and after that we will also look at the converse of this particular theorem. Thanks for visiting. Bye for now.